Okay, let me just start out by saying I made this for a circle of friends as a strong hunch, and now, since I saw the opening of Boku no Hero Season 4, I am 99.9999999% sure that my speculations are true. And my speculation is Ida and Momo are a thing. Before I really get into the video, I'm gonna just warn you, I don't really have a script. I mean, I kind of do, but I couldn't contain myself to type all this shit out so far. So for the later parts of this vid, I think my video and words might seem a little choppy or broken. So if you're curious about that, just ignore it. That's me going off the script. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. Ida and Momo are a thing, and I've even read the manga. That's right, I said manga instead of manga. Back a few times, because I know there's probably going to be some people nitpicking on me, which is ironic, thinking, oh yeah, you're probably getting these insinuations and accusations from the anime. Yet you probably watched the anime and just started guessing stuff. Which, I mean, it was something like that from the start. But yeah, I mean, I still went back to the beginning of the manga, whatever, and nothing about my initial assumption changed about these two characters. I just gotta say, the evidence is there. What? What are you saying? No, they're not. You're wrong. Oh my gosh, I've never heard such slander. Momo's with Todoroki and Jiro uh, and Ochiko, but like not Ida. Like, oh my god, that's so stupid. Like, you're just grabbing random characters to ship. Like, you might as well just like ship her with like fucking Kirishima. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Trust me, ignorant child, I thought the same exact thing. But let me enlighten you to something that is honestly pretty scary or interesting no matter how you look at it. Remember when watching the earlier episodes of Boku no Hero and reading the earliest chapters? Notice how Momo was introduced in chapter 6 and the only time she speaks is when she's referring to Team Deku, of which Ida is a part of? Not a big deal yet? Okay. If we focus on that a little bit more, and we go back to being introduced to all of the characters, no one really noticed Momo because she hadn't done anything to stand out yet. You know, besides being like perfect with her perfect wild ponytail and whatever. Yeah, nobody really noticed anything else about her. She was just a part of the background, just like Todoroki. Nobody noticed her. She was just there like the rest of the class. She wasn't a part of the main characters. She didn't do anything to stand out just yet. Anyway, let's skip to when the school kids have to train and do the situational training environment thing where they're either heroes and villains and they have to save the bomb or whatever. Yeah. Chapter 11 of the manga, or what I like to call the beginning, highlights Momo not having any dialogue until she stands up for Ida and commends him for obeying the rules and doing his best in a training situation, which, may I mention, she described in the utmost detail, of which, once she finishes, leaves the room fucking silent. Still don't think that's interesting? Okay, fine. Let me continue. After all of that, she stands all cool and talks about praising students for doing a good job, and there's no meaning behind her words and whatever, you know. She's not trying to make it obvious that she likes Ida yet, you know, something simple, you know. So she says something like, "Oh yeah, no, it's up to a leader to praise all the students and whatever," but then goes on to shut the fuck up and not praise anyone else during their training. And yeah, you know, some might say, oh, but well, like the manga didn't show those panels where she would have had the opportunity to praise other people. You know, it was just, you know, it wasn't presented, so it's not like it actually happened. Well, the absence of evidence I'm not even going to finish that quote. Just because we didn't see it doesn't mean that it did or did not happen. At the end of the day, Momo praised Ida, and then the chapter went along, with her not praising anyone else. Blame the author. I mean, I don't know. Either way, we move on to chapter 2 when the class has to pick class presidents. And again, Momo doesn't have any fucking dialogue in the beginning of the chapter until it regards Ida. I mean, granted, it's about him losing and not being class president, but I mean, still, the evidence is there. Bruh. I'm not gonna go all over 147 chapters to point this out and shit or whatever. I'm just saying, it's there. But I'm not gonna go over all the chapters to talk about. Oh yeah, you can't because there's more evidence to prove that Momo likes Todoroki, not Ida. Because, during that whole training scene with Aizawa, he was really nice to her, and that was enough. And that just proved that the two really loved each other, because, even Momo blushed and everything, and they were really nice, and that was the first person Todoroki was nice to, and everything like that. So they're in love. And that was all bullshit. If you think about the situation that Todoroki was in with Momo, Todoroki was partnered with somebody who was completely incompetent and wasn't really in the right headspace to win anything for their team. What are you going to do in that situation? If you're partnered with someone who doesn't believe in themselves and all they're doing is freaking out about, I don't fucking know, being self-conscious or whatever, and they're about to have a fucking panic attack just because they're partnered with you, what are you going to do? You're either going to beat their ass or you're going to cheer them up so you can get that passing grade. At the end of the day, Todoroki wasn't going to let Momo get in the way from him passing or failing the test. I repeat, he was not trying to fail his test, so he cheered her up, said some encouraging words so that she can get it to fucking together. And she did. And they passed. End of story. Anything that goes beyond that is just a stretch. But, I mean, whatever. Because now we got doujins out the ass trying to illustrate how in love these characters are. With an overly romantic Momo and Todoroki with Prince Charming's personality and shit. Which is just so out of character and whatever. But, I mean, who am I to talk, right? Yeah, you've got a lot of nerve talking junk about my ship when your ship isn't even a thing. It's not even real. It's just speculation and mere gestures along with you reaching, Shoujo. Get over yourself, you dumb bitch. Interesting that you say I'm still reaching, despite all the evidence that I have laid out thus far. But I mean, I understand. As anime fans, and some of us even avid shippers, it's normal for us to find our perfect boys and perfect girls in the series and then ship them with the ultimate best girl or boy in the series. It always happens, and this is why there are shipping wars. And this is why in certain anime fandoms, there's always that one character who gets shipped with absolutely everybody because they're the best boy or best girl. It all depends. Now, to be clear, even if I hadn't mentioned it before, do I believe Ida and Momo are in love? No, not really. But I believe something is going to develop. I am on a ship where I don't know where it's going. But I know something is up. And I'm going to explain why. Oh, you haven't so far? Oh my god, yeah, keep fucking talking, loser. You see, in high school, I made some comics. In fact, I still make comics to this day with decent stories, characters, and subplots, and yes, even relationships. Or even heavy hints of relationships. Regardless, every panel is detailed with what I, the creator, want you, the viewer, to see. Whether that be the focus of the panel, or even hints of it with texts and backgrounds and whatever else. These are all conscious decisions. So with that being said, Why the fuck do these two keep standing next to each other? Even in the movie, they were next to each other, and that takes conscious effort. Why is it that these two are constantly together in the background? So even if the focus is on Todoroki, Deku, Bakugo, or whatever cool main character that, whatever his name, the author, I'm blanking out right now, wants you to focus on, why is it that when Ida and Momo are there too, they're always standing next to each other? Like, what the fuck? I gotta admit, when I was watching old episodes of Boku no Hero in season 1, I was annoyed because, like I said, Ida's my favorite. So, for about 2 episodes, I'm just watching Ida do his thing, and I noticed Momo was always trying to talk when Ida was doing shit. And in the beginning, I was confused because I'm like, why does she keep fucking talking to him? Like, why does she keep talking? Like, mind your business. Like, be a background character, whatever. But then, during that episode when she commended him and left everyone speechless because they thought she really didn't say much, bro, that's when I knew. Ugh, what a fucking stretch. Yes, I know it's a fucking stretch. But hear me out really quick. Can anyone honestly answer me why they're always standing next to each other? Because there are like 18 students in Class A, so what the fuck? You could have either of them standing next to anyone, and yet most of the time, these two are often right next to each other, especially when main focus shit is going on, and whatever, when the class, or half of the class is around, they're next to each other. What is up with that? Not to mention, did anyone notice that when the girls were chatting about girl stuff and how Ochako either liked Deku or Ida, Suyu was the first to look at Momo and be like, "Oh, this is too much information. Like information that we don't need to know, right?" And Momo just agreed. Y'all didn't think that was weird? Oh, why would that be weird? She was just asking an innocent question. 1. Why would Suyu look at Momo and not the fucking camera? That's where the rest of the girls who are gossiping are. So why? And it doesn't take that. It's not that hard to draw. Just draw Suyu facing the camera. That's it. That's all you have to do. Why didn't they do that? Why did they have Suyu purposely look at Momo? 2. Why would Momo not give a shit? Who cares if Ochako likes Ida or Deku? It's not like it was going to affect her if she knew who it was, if Ochako decided to say anything. But, I mean, it would affect her if she in fact liked one of the assumed boys that Ochako might have liked, and she was just trying to be polite and stray from the conversation to save her feelings and not hear what Ochako might have had to say about liking either Deku or Ida. Ida, the guy she might possibly like. Bruh. And here y'all go, acting like I'm making this shit up. Really trying to shove that Toto Momo shit down my fucking throat. Bruh. Remember when that old dude was hitting on Momo? Who was standing right next to her 5 seconds before that? That's right, my boy, Ida, ready to throw hands on anyone who approached her. Don't even talk about Deku, because Deku's bitch ass was mumbling something about saving Bakugo, which, to be honest, they should have left his ass. But going back to the point, Ida was right there. Why was he right there? Out of anyone, you could have had Kirishima there. That's a conscious effort that the artist, creator, author decided. Out of all the characters, you could have had Kirishima and Deku. Would have been just as intimidating. You had Ida. Again. And where was y'all's man? Oh yeah, that's right. Walking the fuck away. Because he don't claim nobody in that group, not even Deku. That's right. Your boy Todoroki is asexual, my guy. He has no interest in anybody. And so is Jiro, for that matter. She's the only one freaking out over Momo's boobs and dudes' dicks. And honestly, as a fellow ace, I feel that. But anyway, y'all still don't believe me, huh? Well, let me show you this. Opening 3, version 2. Who the fuck is Momo looking at? And who is sitting in her general direction? And where's y'all's man? Oh, okay. This shit has been driving me crazy for months, and I've tried to tell my friends. I've tried to convince them that the subtlest shit that no one notices, it's just too weird to keep happening and to keep being too consistent. No, Shoujo, you're crazy. That's just a stretch. It's just a coincidence. There are no such things as coincidences. Especially since, in the season 4 opening of Boku no Hero, these two are fucking at it again, standing right next to each other. Horikoshi, what the fuck are you trying to say here? 'Cause I know it's something. I need y'all to really look at this shit and wonder what the fuck is going on. 'Cause I'm sick of being the only one to notice this shit. And even if you don't believe me, I don't give a fuck. You heard it here first. So if something happens, y'all know where you heard it first. My favorite boy is Ida. And I wanted to ship him with the best girl. Who's Horikoshi's favorite fun character? Ida. Who's the best girl? It's just what happens when you create things. You naturally ship your own characters. Y'all ever make OCs? Y'all ship them with the best girl, with your best OC? Your best character with your best OC? Okay. Ida and Momo, it's gonna be something. I'm putting $5 on that shit, dude. And that's all I gotta say. Hope y'all enjoyed.